following them. And
it depends upon you, not on me.
yes. Is there anybody who wants to ask a special question, Mr. Yuchi? Otherwise, I will ask a question.
Go ahead.
There's one thing wondering me all the time, and that is, I was always told that people, mankind, has a certain purpose in creation. And since I read your books, I started to wonder whether this was true. So maybe you can talk something
You are the one to answer the question.
Yes.
So we don't give a damn, tinker's damn. If I may use that harsh expression, what others have said about it. And how does it interest whether what they said is true or not true? It's up to you to find out. I can say that there is no purpose here. If there is any purpose, we have no way of knowing it at all. And we repeat what we have been told, and we are made to believe that there is a purpose. And that is the one that is responsible for the tragedy of mankind today. We have been made to believe that we are created for a grander purpose, for a nobler purpose, other than all the species on this planet. And they did not stop there. They also told us that the whole creation was created for the benefit of man. And so that is the reason why we have created all these problems, the ecological problems, the problems of pollution. And we are almost at a point where we are going to blow ourselves up. You see, the planet is not in danger, but we are in danger. But the planet, you can pollute, you can create all kinds of things, it can absorb everything. And even these human bodies, if we are wiped out, if we are destroyed, the nature knows what to do with these human bodies. It's going to recycle to maintain the energy level in the universe. That's all it is interested in. So we are no more purposeful, meaningful, and we are not created for any purpose, any grander purpose, other than, you see, the ants that are there, or the flies that are hovering around you, or the mosquitoes that are sucking your blood. I can say that, but what do you have to say? That's more important than what I have to say. We really don't know. We have no way of knowing anything. Even the scientists, you can say what they like, but how does it interest us? How this whole universe was created, whether God created it, or the whole thing came out of some dust and pebbles and hydrogen atoms somewhere. It really doesn't interest us. You see, it is for them to talk about it every now and then, come up with some new theories, and then you see, they will be amply rewarded, and they will be given Nobel Prize. That's all that. It really doesn't interest us. It doesn't help us to understand anything. So I really don't know if there is any purpose. I don't think there is any purpose. I do not see any purpose. I do not see any meaning or any purpose in life. A living thing, a living organism is not interested in asking the question, what is the purpose of life, what is the meaning of life?
So you can create your own purpose, it doesn't matter.
So we are not satisfied with the daily grind of our lives, doing the same thing over and over again. We are bored. So boredom is responsible for asking these questions. What is the purpose? If that is all that is there, what is there for us to do? That's all that is there.
Well, if there's nothing to do, then why not create your own purpose? Like
you create a problem and then try to solve the problem. That's
well, that's right. What else are we going to do?
Enjoy your problems.
No.
Why not?
No, simple.
Yes. Enjoy them.
Enjoy them.
Yes, sir. But don't go to a therapist, don't go to a psychiatrist.
Well, no, he won't be able to help.
You know, he will take $100, and I don't know how much do they charge here.
Same thing, I guess.
Probably more here in this country. You know, they tell you, see how you can fit into the value system that is created by our culture, society, or whatever you want to call it. That is really the human problem. You know, the one basic question which every intelligent man should ask for himself, or intelligent woman should ask for herself, is what kind of a human being you want on this planet. Unfortunately, the religious thinking of man for centuries has placed before us the model of a perfect being. The nature is not interested in perfect being. The nature is not interested in the cultural input there. That's the battle that is going on there. So the demand by your society or culture to fit everybody into that value system created by our society, placing before us the model of a perfect being, is really the cause of man's tragedy. So it's not a question of destroying the value system or revolting against the value system, but the impossibility of fitting yourself into that framework created by your culture is really the problem. So the thought is really the enemy. The thought can only create problems, it cannot solve the problems at all. That's all that I'm trying to say.
There was one sentence, you said, man was bored.
You are bored, or you are...
I am bored.
Yeah, because you see, thought is a repetitive process. It repeats over and over and over again. So it is wearing you out.
Doing the same thing, I get bored, and I want to invent things.
You invent all kinds of things.
Now, there isn't any animal that gets bored.
No, not at all.
Why does man get bored?
Because man feels that there is something more interesting, more meaningful, more purposeful to do than what he is actually doing. Anything you want more than the basic needs creates this boredom for the human beings. Anything you want more than that. Is that all? That's all that is there. The nature is interested in only two things: to survive and to reproduce one life. That's all it is interested in. Anything you superimpose on that, all the cultural input is responsible for the boredom of man. So you have varieties, you have religious experiences. You are not satisfied with your own religious upbringing. So you bring from India, from Asia, from Japan, from China, all kinds of things. You see, that's very interesting, something new there. You see, you pick up a new language and then try to talk and use that language and feel important. Basically, it is the same.
Christianity tells us to develop our talents. And I think you need no talent to reproduce.
No talent. The nature has done a tremendous job in creating extraordinary piece like that you see that is sitting there. It does not want to know anything. It does not want to learn anything from the culture. It doesn't want to know anything from us. So we are always interested in telling this body how to function. All your experiences are the basic cause of our suffering. It is not interested in your bliss, it is not interested in your ecstasies, it is not interested in your pleasure, it is not interested in anything that you are interested in. That's the battle that is going on there all the time. And there seems to be no way out.
But everybody wants to get back to this original state.
What is the original state?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's already there. You don't have to do a thing to go back to the original state.
How can you get into the frame of mind?
It is
We all
already
seem to believe that we have to do something to get back into that original.
because if you don't do something to go back to your original state, which is already there, is the very thing that is destroying the original state.
True.
Yes, it is expressing itself in an extraordinarily intelligent way. The acquired intellect is no match to the intelligence that is there.
I totally agree. But somehow we still lost touch.
Somehow you say that is the cultural input.
We lost touch with that highly functioning
Because
organism.
the culture, the society has placed before us the model of a perfect being. Nature does not imitate anything, does not use anything as a model.
So you can say that all the approaches that mankind has used up to today, which you in your books obviously disregard as being total false and nonsense, aren't working.
They haven't worked, they haven't touched there.
Well, I agree with that, but you have no new model either.
So what is the point in placing before you another model? It will be the same.
I agree on that.
Yes.
But where does that leave us?
No? It leaves you where you actually stand and question.
That's it.
Okay.
Don't ask those questions. You see, you have no questions, I have no questions. I have no questions at all, other than the basic questions we need to ask. I am here and I want to get the bearings of this place, so I wanted to go out and find out. And I suddenly discovered that it's not far from the center there, you see. And so that's all. Where is the station? I want to go to London. See, I have a ticket. So where is the British Airways office? I go there. That's all. These basic questions we need to ask to function sanely and intelligently in this world. I do have to accept the reality of the world as it is imposed on us. Otherwise we will go crazy. That's all. That's all. But if you question the reality of anything that is imposed on us, we are in trouble. Because there is no such thing as reality, let alone the ultimate reality. You have no way of experiencing the reality of anything. You have invented the reality.
Right.
Yes.
And then reality differs from every person.
Otherwise you have no way of experiencing the reality of anything, the reality of that person sitting there, your own physical being. You have no way of experiencing that at all, except through the help of the knowledge that is put in there. So there may not be any such thing as reality at all, let alone the ultimate reality. Now I do have to accept the fact that you are a man, that she's a woman. That's all. There it stops.
Yes.
But what is the reality you are talking about? You tell me.
Well, the reality is a woman.
Huh?
So there's a great reality to me.
Sure, yes. If you question that, you will be in trouble. You will lose your woman, and the woman will lose you. You are not ready for that. That's it. I have said my
So
piece.
being born, you have to be taught.
Are you sure that you are born? Are you sure that you are born?
Tell me.
We were told. We were told that. You know,
You take it for granted.
we take it for granted. We have no way
No.
of finding out the fact that you were born
Well,
on a particular day.
in some states, they told you are taught some things to be able to go around in this culture.
What we are not ready to accept is that you are an exact thing like a computer. You are so mechanical. Everything is put in there. There is nothing which you can call your own. I don't have any thought which I can call my own. What I want to emphasize to those people who come to see me is that the thoughts are not really spontaneous. They are not self-generated. They always come from outside. And one important thing for us to realize and understand is that the brain is not a creator. It is singularly incapable of creating anything. We have taken for granted that it is something extraordinary, that it is creating all kinds of things that we are so proud of. It is singularly incapable of creating anything. It is just a reactor and a container. You know, it plays a very, very minor role in this living organism.
We are creating things.
Huh? You are not creating.
Are we creating cars, cameras?
The computer, you see, that is only if you trial and error, you create something. So, but there are no thoughts there. There is no thinker there. See, the thinker is what is. Where are the thoughts? Have you ever tried to find out the thoughts at all? What is there is only about thoughts, but not thought. You know, you cannot separate yourself from the thought and look at it. And what is happening there is about, what you see there is about thought, but not thought.
If somebody says
So you are using those thoughts to achieve certain results, to attain certain things, to become something somebody other than what you actually are. You see, I always give the example of a word finder. You want to know the meaning of a word. You see, press the word, God. It says Satchit. So it is not thinking about it. If there is any information there, put in there, it comes out with the information. That's exactly the way you are thinking. You ask questions, and the answers, if there are any there, you give the answer. If the answers are not there, it is silent. It's no different from a computer.
You said when you came here, you went around just to find out the surroundings.
The bearings, so that I may not get lost here. Even a dog does it. It's no different from a dog. The dog knows its way back home. You see, the dog knows the master.
Yes. So
I'm just an animal.
When I was a little kid, people, my parents and people around told me the bearings of this culture, yes? And now I find myself difficult functioning in this culture.
Yeah, but
so they told me too much, yes?
Yeah, they don't want you to question. They are responsible, you see. They force everything that they believe. Really, you see, they force things on us, the things that they themselves don't believe, the things that they don't operate in their lives. There's no use blaming them. We are grown-ups, we are adults, so we don't have to blame them. You see, this is a silly idea, the Freudian idea or some nonsense that is everything. Your mother is responsible, your father is responsible. We are all grown-up people. There is no point in blaming our mothers and fathers. It's not a one-way thing, you see. Even the children want to be accepted by us. Do we force them to fit into this frame? But they want to be accepted by us. This is a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing at all. I have said enough. Nice meeting you, Colin. Goodbye. I repeat the same thing again and again and again in 10 different ways. You know?
10 only.
100 different ways. I have quite a very rich vocabulary, you see. So you can use different words to say the same thing. That's it. Isn't that enough? Bye-bye.
So I have no way of knowing what I see, for example.
You never see anything.
No.
Never. The physical eye sees things, it does not see. You know, there is no way you can separate yourself from what you are looking at. We have only these sensory perceptions. And these sensory perceptions do not tell anything about that. That is a camera. You know, the moment you recognize that as a camera, as a Sony camera, as the latest in the market, high 8, so you have separated yourself from that. So what you are actually doing is, you are translating the sensory perception within the framework of the knowledge you have of that. So we never look at anything. It is too dangerous to look at that, because that looking destroys the continuity of this thought. I don't know if I make this up. It's that one that you see we are not ready for.
So we see the story instead of...
We project the knowledge we have of that. It's what we are told on the object you are looking at. Even if you say it's an object, even without calling it a camera, it is good for a philosophy student, to talk everlastingly, separating the object, separating the word from the thing, and go on and on and on. But actually, if you say it's an object, you have already separated yourself from that. Even if you don't give a name to it, recognizing that as something, even without giving a name to it, calling it a camera, video camera, you have already separated yourself.
It's funny, when you start to give different names, just out of the blue, then you start to see it differently.
It's already there. It's already there in the computer. We are not conscious of the fact that we have all that information locked up there in the computer. Suddenly it comes out, we think it is something original, and you think that you are looking at it for the first time in your life. You are not looking at it for the first time in your life. Supposing somebody tells you that this is something new, what's going on is they're trying to relate what he calls new within the framework of the old knowledge you have about it.
So if it is not in the computer, you cannot see it.
The information is not there. There is no way you can see. There is only a reflection of the object on the retina. And even this statement given to us by the scientists, who have done a lot of observation and research, no way of experiencing that fact for yourself.
No.
Because the stimulus and response is one unitary movement there. The moment you separate yourself, you have created a problem. You may talk of the unity of light, oneness of light, and all that kind of guff and nonsense. But there is no way, you see, you can create that unitary movement through any effort of yours. So what is interest for anybody who is interested in finding out what this is all about is to find out for himself or herself, by herself, is to watch how this separation is occurring, how you are separating yourself from the things that are happening around you, the things that are happening inside of you. So there is no difference between the outside and the inside. It's the thought that creates the frontiers and tells that this is inside. If you tell yourself that you are happy, that you are miserable, that you are bored, you have already separated yourself from that particular sensation that is there inside of you. If you say that you are bored, you have separated yourself from that.
So we by naming our sensations, our physical processes,
we maintain the separation, a non-existing identity.
Yeah.
You see, that's the reason why you have to use constantly the memory, which is nothing but, you see, the neurons there.
And the cells
maintain your identity.
And the cells react to what we think?
The cells are wearing out. So the tragedy that is facing mankind is Alzheimer's disease, because if we are using these neurons, the memory, constantly to maintain that identity, whether you are awake or asleep or dreaming. You don't have to dream. See, through dreaming you are maintaining this identity, what you call you, as you know yourself, as you experience yourself. So that is the reason why it is wearing us out, you know.
So you're continuously resisting in a way.
Continuously maintaining the continuity of
your ideas.
What you know and what you experience.
Yeah,
without the knowledge, you have no way of experiencing anything.
No.
So there is no such thing as a new experience at all.
No.
The moment you tell yourself that's a new experience, it is the old that tells that's a new experience. Otherwise, you have no way of saying that's something new.
No.
It's the old that tells that it is new. And through that, it is making part of the world. The only way it can maintain its continuity is through this constant demand to know. If you don't know what you are looking at, the you know, as you know yourself, the you as you experience yourself, is coming to an end. That's the death. There is the only death, there is no other death.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
The fear of losing what you know.
Yeah.
So actually and factually, you do not want to be free from the fear. You do not want the fear to come to you. All that you are doing, all the therapies, all the techniques that you are using to free yourself from fear, for whatever reason you want to be free from fear, is the thing that is maintaining and giving continuity to the fear. So you do not want the fear to come to an end. If the fear comes to an end, the fear of what you know comes to an end, you will drop dead there, physically. A clinical death will take place. So you do not want the fear to come to you. The fear of what you know, of yourself and the world around you. The fear of your experiencing things in you, that you do not want to come to an end.
How can you get physically dead when you lose a concept? Because the I is a concept.
The I, when once the I is gone, there is no way of experiencing your own body anymore. You have no way of knowing whether you are alive or dead.
Yeah.
This is my body, you will never be able to tell yourself. I may say that if you ask me is that your body or my body, just to communicate to you, to differentiate that it is not your body but my body, that's all there is to it. For purposes of communication, I say that this is my body. But the fact that this is my body is something which cannot be experienced by me. Basta. Thank you.
È così.
Basta così.
Great.
But I wonder, this friction, so there's a friction, you can say, between the natural state, or what we have no idea about, and what we think, the thoughts. So there is a certain,
this is not concerned about what you think, what you feel, what you experience. All our feelings are thoughts.
yeah,
There is no way you can feel anything without giving the name to it.
yeah, so as soon as there's a process in our body, we give it a name.
Name. Any movement there.
We say,
What if you just let it happen?
Huh?
What if you let
You
it
can't leave that alone.
you can leave it alone.
Lose the identity.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can't leave your identity.
It's always a name.
If you don't know,
Yeah.
no, it's too dangerous. You don't think that it is as simple as that. If you don't know what you are looking at, you may tell yourself that you don't know what you are looking at, but if you are looking at your girl and tell yourself that you do not know, that's the end of the whole story. I tell you. It's too dangerous. Don't play with that kind of a thing. You can sit there and look at the camera. I don't know what I am looking at. See, but that's a trick. You create a state of mind and believe that you do not know what you are looking at. But actually, factually, in a given situation, if you do not know what you are looking at, there is trouble there. So you dare not put yourself in that situation. You can play with it and see. Yes.
So the perception, we have no way of knowing that this is not an illusion.
No. Even if you say it's an illusion, then you are giving a name to it.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know, that's not what the word illusion means. You see, in India they use the word illusion, the Maya they call it, you see. Maya is to measure. That's the meaning of the word. So there is no way you can measure anything unless there is a space. There is a point here. When the moment the thought takes its birth there, the point that is the point, and you create another point and try to measure. So thought creates a space.
Yeah.
So anything you experience from that point is an illusion. But somebody coming with a gun to shoot you, if you say that's an illusion, you are a damn fool.
Yeah.
You have to protect yourself, you know. But it does not mean that the whole world is an illusion. No, not at all. Not at all. Whatever you experience of the world, whatever you experience of yourself as an entity is an illusion, because that experience is born of the knowledge that is put in there.